Hey, how's everybody else's day going? I think I just hurt my knee some more again because I'm supposed to be on bed rest. Your girl needed groceries bad. So, yeah. So, I had to walk Safeway. Thankfully it's not, it's right there, but on an injured knee, it's far. And in this heat. And for some reason, it does not want to heal. I didn't just injure the entire knee. I cut it up, and the cut does not want to heal, period. I'm like, what's going on? So, we shall see what happens with that. But, I don't know if y'all want to see, my groceries. But, that's what we're gonna do, because, yeah. Because I'm bored, and the only people I've seen in a while have just been people at the grocery store. So, let's chat, and yeah. Oh, and I guess I've also seen my girls on my team during our Zooms, but yeah. Other than that, I haven't seen people because I've been stuck at home resting this knee that doesn't want to heal. So, yeah. So, I got some mushrooms. Okay. And that I'm going to use in different stuff, both my salad and dishes stuff. Yeah. So, I got some carrots. My auntie sees this, then she would want this. Funny story. Hope she doesn't kill me for sharing this. Yeah, I don't know how old she was, but it was when she was a kid, or was she 19? I don't know, but she ate an entire bag like this of carrots one time, and my grandma told her not to, which is her mom. Okay. Hi, Tim. But yeah, so my grandma told her not to, but she did it anyway. And I mean, you know that whole you are what you eat kind of thing? Kind of true. I mean, she literally turned into a literal carrot, in the sense that her entire skin turned as orange as a carrot. So yeah, I mean, fruits and veggies are good for you, but there is such thing as, too much, where, yeah, don't eat an entire bag of carrots in one sitting. I mean, it's fine if you want to look like a carrot, but but yeah, I mean, they are good. So I haven't had carrots specifically in a while, so decided to get those. And then of course, every time I go, I love to get me some salad. This time I usually get the mixture greens, but this time I just got the spinach. So yeah, and I use this in both, just to make salads and then also smoothies. So, and I got 2 of them, so I'm gonna freeze one and then keep the other one in the fridge. And yeah, a little tip, so normal lettuce and all of that doesn't freeze very well, but spinach specifically freezes very well. And the best way to do it is just put it in a Ziploc bag, and that way you can stuff a whole bunch in there, and it's great. Yeah, so I got 2 books. And then those Safeway deals and stuff, super awesome. Oh, first of all, today's Friday, so they have they're cheaper deals in general. But then if you're like a Safeway member and you have like your Just For You stuff and you go on there and you clip your coupons and stuff, then you can get an even better deal, which I got a couple. Like the avocados I got for a little bit cheaper than if you were just to go and get the member deal that they had right off the rack. So I got an extra member deal. So awesome, because like avocados, if anyone knows, are like super expensive. So, and I love avocados, so try to get those every time I go. And then another huge deal, so you know, anything you can get for free is like a huge plus. So and the bigger the better. So this whole thing of lovely potatoes, which you can make with like, it's like a little baby, you know, except not a little baby, like a big baby, but like this whole thing was for free. I was like, yes, snag that. And I went like kind of late in the afternoon, so I was like surprised that they were still there. But I guess not many people check their like Just For You app and like clip coupons and stuff. I personally don't do that as often as I should. So yeah, thankfully I went on late last night and I'm like, that's right, tomorrow's Friday, I should go shopping. And then I went on and I'm like, what deals are there? Because I don't know what my dad did with the $5 newspaper thing the midweek, so I didn't know what was going on, so I'm like, okay, let me just go into my app. Or not my app, because I don't have the app, I just went online. But yeah, you get the point. Okay. And then got some chicken, which these were like on big sale. Normally they're like 12 plus, like sometimes 15 plus, and they were like only 10-11 bucks. I think I actually took like the most expensive one. So which is still like super cheap, but you know, it's like obviously you want more meat on there if you're gonna pay, you know, so yeah. And then I just got some red Hawaiian hot dogs, which I haven't had in a long time, and yeah, so that's pretty much all I got, and should last me a good long while. So but yeah, got some smoothies, got some dinners, lunches, breakfast. The hot dogs I'll probably have with eggs sometime, you know, all good stuff. Salads. I love salads. I love salads, smoothies and stuff. Although I like my smoothies. My smoothies are like professional smoothies if you go out somewhere. I don't like smoothies made by my dad. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah. And I mean, I wish my auntie was here so that we could share this bag of carrots, but sadly she's not. So, yeah. Hopefully she is able to come visit at some point in time soon. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed that. Yeah, and hope you guys have a great day. It's hot and being stuck at the inside this hot place, not fun. Ugh. And all because I was like, okay, I guess I'll share. So, because like, what did she even do to hurt you? But anywho, you know, I gotta sit down. No, I gotta put these. Okay, I'm gonna put these away first, and then I'll share my little story of how I weirdly injured pretty much my entire body, not just my knee, but. Now I'm just going to put both of them in the fridge and swap it to the freezer later. Okay, I gotta go sit down. Okay, so so, funny thing is, at first, I thought I only injured my knee, and then I kept finding, like, that I injured more stuff. Like, as time went on, it's hilarious. But anyway, so, this past Sunday, was my church's surfing Sunday, and, like, we have one once a month, right? And this is the first time that I finally was able to, like, get there for it in time, and, whatchamacallit? Yeah, so, and I haven't been to, like, the beach, in, like, so long in general. So I was, like, so excited just to, like, be able to get in the water and stuff, and then also surf, because surfing, I haven't been surfing even longer than just being at the beach. So, like, both of them I was, like, so excited for, right? And then, so, a group of us went out surfing, and then... First, like, I mean, surfing was fun, even though your girl didn't really get to surf. In fact, I looked like an idiot, because I apparently picked, okay, I don't know what it is, but I apparently picked the wrong board, so, honestly, now that we're, like, doing this, like, once a month, I need to, like, get my own board again. But, like, I didn't like the board that my dad got me, like, a long time ago. But then apparently, that's a whole nother story. Wasn't even my board, apparently. He was an Indian giver, you know? But, anywho, a whole other story. But I didn't like it anyway, so, fine. But yeah, I really need to get my own board. Because, yeah, so basically I was on the board that, like, was too small and light for my height and weight. Okay, who is that? Okay, one second. Here's your mail. Huh?
Is that getting better?
Yes and no.
What's the no part? You said yes and no. What's the no part?
It's not fully there in, like, overall, and then the cut on it won't heal.
Oh, have you been putting that into the tonic? Oh.
shall do in here. Okay, so anyway, as I was saying, so we went out surfing, right? And I was, anyway, so looked like an idiot, right? But I was like trying to have fun, you know, and anyway, but right, and then I was like, even though I was like on the worst board ever for me, I still was trying to like try and like, no, I'm gonna do this even though this board sucks. So I kept like trying, but then eventually I was like over it, and I ended up coming back in just at the right time. Ended up following a couple of the guys back in my group back like behind them, so I was like, oh, okay, perfect timing anyway. but yeah, and then, you know what, you're welcome to all the guys that I went under the water like went off my board and got pounded for, just so that you could have that wave, okay? So you're welcome, first of all, to all those people. But yeah, and then so when we came back, right, I obviously went to the showers to like rinse off myself and the board, and this is where I like completely hurt myself. So I went over to the showers, and then I literally took, and obviously you always be careful at beach showers, right? Because it's like all wet, you know, because it's like constantly being used. So, you know, it's gonna be like, you know, you wanna be careful around it, right? What you don't expect is it to be slimy. So, right? So I took one step, and I was trying to like grab the handle to turn it on. Just one step, I reached out, and then I ate it. Completely ate it. Board went down. Like, thankfully the board was okay. Because it went fin down, and like we all, like both of us just like smacked down onto the ground. And it all just happened in like an instant. I honestly don't know how it happened. I thought I went backwards, but I guess I went forward, and like, because I thought I slipped backwards first, but I don't know, couldn't have, because I went forward. But yeah, so I smacked my knee into like the ground, and then I guess I apparently also hit my ribs and my like pelvic bone and hips, because I later found out that I hurt those too. But the worst of it was my knee. But like at first I thought it was fine. I was like, yeah, I was bleeding a little bit, but like I'm always hurting myself, and I've hurt like my knees like so many times before, so I'm like, you know, it's nothing. And like I felt like okay, but then again I have like high pain tolerance, so but yeah, so like I immediately went down, and like this group of guys that were like meeting up like close to the showers, they all just like immediately stared over at me, and they're like, and I'm just like, okay, can you like, no, like this is so awkward, like like just go away, like, but yeah, so it's like the guy that was at the showers for me, like he came over and he asked me if I was okay. I was like, yeah, I'm okay, thanks. And then this other guy came over and asked me if I was okay, and I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. And then one of the guys from that group that was like over there, like immediately like they were like, you know, like what happened, kind of, he came over with like this bottle of hand sanitizer, and he's all like, are you okay, do you want this, like I like to clean ours. I'm like, yeah, I'm okay, thanks. And yeah, so I just kind of just like brushed it off, you know, like, so I just like continue rinsing, and like obviously like extra carefully. I was like holding on to the shower for like dear life. But yeah, and then I obviously was limping because I couldn't walk normally. But I was like, no, I'm fine, even though there's like this big bruise and I'm bleeding constantly, but I'm all good. And then, yeah, so then I had to, oh my gosh, the worst part was that during service, all like, so I had like an open wound, and like, so all the mosquitoes kept coming and like bothering my knee, and I'm like, go away. So I eventually had to like, when I was sitting down, I had to like, just like cover it up with my towel, because I'm like, okay, that's apparently the only way they're gonna stay away from me. But yeah, and then I thought it was fine, like, right, like that whole afternoon, evening, I was like, I'm okay, I'm good, like it's gonna go, away. But then we get to my grandma's house after picking up dinner and stuff, and then later that evening after dinner, while my mom and I are hanging out watching Ghost Whisperer, which is our favorite show. I got her into it when I was 8. Like, yeah, when I was 8, it was like the first time I think we saw it, or like, yeah, I saw it, and at first she was like, oh, like this, but then I got her into it, and I'm like so excited that she loves it just as much as I do. But whatchamacallit, yeah, so we were watching, and then I went to the restroom before coming back to like watch it with her, and that's when I found out that like I had hurt my ribs, and then like my hips and pelvic bone as well. Like, so I'm like, okay, guess my knee's not the only thing I hurt. But yeah, and then a couple days later, I felt like this, or I guess I should go back to, so like later that night though, like it got worse, my knee got worse, and so I was just like keeping an eye on it, and I'm like, and obviously I had to like clean it out and everything like that, and ointment and stuff, and I had iced it like all through like church and stuff too, so but then I realized like later that night, like, like the pain came back and stuff, and then I realized that it was like the size of like a baseball, and like the bruising was really bad, and like, yeah, and then it looked really gross, and I'm just like, okay, what's going on? Like, but yeah, and then I was like thinking like, oh, maybe I fractured it, because I know from like experience of friends, that you can walk on a fracture, so without knowing it's fractured, like obviously you can't walk on like something that's broken, because girl, I know that, like I've broken bones before, I just haven't fractured bones, but I had no friends that have fractured. Like I have a friend before that has that fractured her foot, and she was walking on it for like a couple days, and then it like started getting worse, and then she was all like, I need to go get this checked out, and then it turned out that she was walking on a fractured foot. So yeah, so I was like, the fact that it got worse, like it was fine, and then it got worse soon, and it's like, so I'm like, maybe I fractured it. So I was like, yeah, I think I need to go check that. So I had to call out of work, and obviously I couldn't, and I also couldn't walk on it, like just barely. Like I was like almost to the point where I literally could not walk on it. So obviously couldn't go to work. I had to call out of work. I'm like, yeah, I need to make an appointment. So I had to get x-rayed, and thankfully it wasn't fractured, but I messed it up so bad where like I completely destroyed the fat wall in my knee, like that protection, so I like completely destroyed that. And then it was just like the entire knee was completely bruised, like inside and out. And then I also like cut it up, you know, on top. Yeah, so yep. So I've been on bed rest until Monday. I'm like clear too, but like, so technically I wasn't supposed to like go out. So yeah, that wasn't very smart, but I needed groceries. So oh, and then also found out that I think I got like stung by jellyfish. And multiple, yes, that was plural. Because, and it's funny, like, normally I would know that I got stung by a jellyfish. But, and you would think even more so by multiple, you would, but I had no clue until, like, just, like, yesterday, I, like, was certain. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. But, like, the night before, I was, like, so itchy. I'm like, what is going on? And it kept, like, bothering me. But then I didn't look at it until yesterday. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this? And then it looked like, this line halfway around my leg that was, like, jellyfish sting. So somehow I got stung while surfing. And I did not know. So I have the best luck. But yeah. Fun times. If anyone else wants to share their like fun stories, go right ahead. But yeah. Okay, so talk to you all later and have a great day.